Immigration just isn't about policy, it's about affordability, predictability, and life planning. If you're preparing to bring your spouse or fiance to the United States or already in the process, the filing fees and application costs you're facing just changed. USCIS has implemented new fee increases and premium processing adjustment that hit at the heart of family-based immigration, and that means deeper pockets, tighter timelines, and more financial stress for couples trying to build a life together. We are going to break down every cost and change you need to know before you file. Now, starting next month, March 1st, 2026, the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, or USCIS, has raised its premium processing fee, the optional service that helps applicants get decisions faster. Now, premium processing costs for various forms, including employment, petitions, and adjustment filings, are rising significantly to reflect inflation and operational costs. The increases were authorized by USCIS Stabilization Act and adjusted based on the most recent inflation index. This means for you, petitions that once cost around $14.40 for premium processing now range higher, often over $2,000. While premium processing is optional, many applicants, especially those seeking work authorizations or critical immigration benefits, rely on this to reduce months of waiting. For couples applying for marriage green card, the base government filing fee remains substantial. Current filing cost for forms like the I-130 petition for alien relative is $675. Okay, Form 1485 adjustment of status is $1,440. Form I-765 the work permit is $260. The I-131 travel permit is $630, and then the USCIS immigrant fee is $235. When you add these together, many couples are budgeting around $3,000 or more just in government fees. And that's before attorney fees if you're using attorneys, medical exams, translation services if you are needing your documents to be translated to English, or travel expenses. That's your flight tickets and stuff like that. So for couples residing abroad, consular processing offers a somewhat lower fee, but the expenses still run into the thousands. So these fee structures have been quietly increasing over the past few years. USCIS adjustment rolled into the overall fee rules, including inflationary updates, right? So perhaps one of the most emotionally charged is the K-1 visa, right? The fiancé visa, the path that allows a foreign fiancé to enter the United States to marry a U.S. citizen within 90 days. You know, the show on TLC, 90-Day Fiancé, so on and so forth, right? So under these recent rules, from I-29F filing fees have increased from $535 to $675. That is a major hike in years. Okay, the first major hike in years. Now, this doesn't include DS-160 visa application fee at the $265 paid directly to the Department of State. That is when you are at the NVC stage, or the National Visa Center. So after marriage, the new spouse must file a form I-485, incurring another $1440 in adjustment cost. All told, a typical K-1 visa can now exceed around $2,300 in required government fees alone. And unlike some other categories, the Department of State and the USCIS will not waive any of these costs, even for low-income applicants. So what's driving these fees increase? USCIS is saying that the fee hikes are rooted in the inflation, operational cost, and the effort to modernize adjudication systems. So families and immigration advocates seek deeper implication. Longer waits without premium processing is going to be a higher financial barriers for couples and spouses, tighter planning window for people already in process, greater economic burden on immigrants and U.S. employers. So for many young couples, these changes mean delaying weddings, pausing plans, or absorbing costs that were already hard to afford. Now, take a moment and reflect on this. When love becomes financially tied to fees and inflations, what does that say about a system built to keep families together? Drop the word in the comment that describe your experience or concern: cost, delay, planning, love, barrier. Your voice matters here. No, not just as a metric, right? But as a reflection on the real human impact of immigration policy. If you're preparing to file for marriage, green card, or the K1, so the CR1 or the K1 visa, fiancé visa, make sure you check for the latest fee schedules before filing. Plan for premium processing fees if you need a faster adjudication. Budget for medical travel and translation expenses. Consult with a trusted immigration advisor if your situation is complex. Immigration is more than forms and fees, and in the coming months we are going to be doing how-to forms on how to file these specific forms for you. And planning under systems that are constantly shifting. So stay informed, stay safe. I leave you in the care of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.